Hello, everybody. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk about Sex and the City again, the original show from the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm Diego. I've watched every single episode of Sex and the City, okay? I'm a big fan. My only problem I had with the show is I did not like the way that the straight men were being represented on the show. Okay, I did not know any straight guys that acted the way that the straight men on the show did, okay? And it bothered me a lot because the show was about, I know it was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists, but it's supposed to be about heterosexual sexual relationships, okay? Between the women and whatever various disposable men show up in the episodes, all right? So if you're gonna do that, okay, then you need to have some realistic men on the show, okay? And these men on the show were not very realistic. Now, some of them were relatable, okay, and sometimes they did get it right, but for the most part, they did not get it right, okay? They did not represent straight guys the way straight guys really were, okay? Now, at the time that these episodes came out, some 20-something years ago, I was a much younger man. I lived in a big city. I went to a lot of parties, okay, a lot of nightclubs, a lot of restaurants, a lot of off-Broadway shows. You know, we did all that stuff. Me and my friends, we did all that stuff, okay? We went out pubs, we went out drinking, dancing, nightclubs, all that kind of shit. We did all that. We did the house parties, we did all that kind of stuff. So I was actively dating at the time. So I figured if you're going to do a show about that, I'll basically like these girls were, only I was a good 10, 15 years younger, and I was a guy. All right. So I know the pitfalls of dating, in a big city. Okay. So that's why I like the show, because I was living in a big city at the time. All right. Well, I still am, just not in Chicago anymore. So I was a big fan of the show. I just did not like the way that straight guys were being represented. Okay, so what I decided to do with this YouTube channel is I decided to go through the old episodes. I watched And Just Like Crap, that piece of shit show. I reviewed it already. My episodes are already on this channel. But I decided I wanted to see Sex City back when it was good. I've not watched these episodes in a long time, but I have seen every episode. Okay, so I'm going back in time right now, reliving my youth, and watching all those episodes all over again. And this time, I'm older, I'm wiser, and I know a little bit more than I did when I was in my 20s. I think I do. Okay, and so yeah, I'm giving you my honest to God, straight man's point of view opinion on these episodes from a straight guy's point of view. And if you're easily triggered, if it bothers you, if you can't handle it, okay, and most of you can't, honestly, get out. I do not censor myself here. I'm going to tell you the honest God truth, whether you like it or not. The real question is, can you handle it? I don't think you can. Anyway, this is part 2 of episode 4 of season 5. Yeah, we're all the way in season 5 now. Okay, so this episode, like I said, it's season 5, episode 4. It's called Cover Girl. Okay, this is part 2 to that episode, Cover Girl. Okay, so where we left off was the girls were all talking. Miranda is dating some fat ass. Yes, fat ass, because she's a fat ass too. Okay, and they met at Weight Watchers. Of course they did, because she gave birth to her baby, but she's still fucking fat. Okay. So yeah, of course, there's stuff in their face at a restaurant, her and her date that she met at Weight Watchers, and they split a glazed donut, and then they go back to her place, and he eats her out. Yeah, and keeps the glaze all over his fucking face, even though he's not Mexican, and he fucking like I am. Anyway, so yeah, he eats her out, and then he kisses her, and Miranda's grossed out about it. Okay, so that's her story. Charlotte's story's already done. She bought a self-help book. She was too embarrassed because she's in the process of divorce. She hasn't met a guy yet. She hasn't been fucked yet since her divorce proceedings went on. Okay, so she's trying to read all these books on how to find Mr. Right. Basically Mr. Fucking Money, because that's all she cares about is money. All right, yeah, she ain't gonna say that, but it's true. Okay, yeah, she's a gold digger all the way. And even though I'm attracted to Charlotte, she's still a gold digger. Okay, and an airhead. So she went to the bookstore to buy a book. In the self-help section, and she's disgusted with herself that she would buy a book in that section. She sees the people that are in that section, and she doesn't want to be one of them, even though she is one of them. So she buys it off of Amazon, and of course, Amazon tries to sell her a bunch of similar books, like Table for One, like I'm good now, but you should have seen me yesterday. Stupid ass book titles, what's another one that they had here? Yeah, well, I can't think of it right now, but yeah, basically they give her a bunch of stupid ass book titles. Table for One. For her, because she's single and she's alone. So she's too embarrassed to buy that book in public, so she buys it off of Amazon, and she sees all the other books that they're trying to sell her on Amazon. So she decides to take her book and starting over again. That's the name of the book, and she throws it out the window without reading it. It lands in front of some woman. Anyway, she decides that she's going to help herself without having to read any books about it. All right. Meanwhile, Carrie is is working with Samantha to fucking come up with an image, an outfit to wear for her book. Okay, she's getting her column is getting turned into a book. and they're trying to go over her and her publishers are trying to decide on a cover for the book. What they pitched her, she fucking hates it. She's trying to think of something else. So her best friend Samantha is a publicist. So they're supposed to work together to find a look for her for the cover of her book. When she went to go meet Samantha, she interrupted her blowjob that she was giving the delivery guy. So they haven't really talked yet. But they apologized, to each other for it. But Carrie made a crack about that at lunch at that restaurant that they always go to, that diner they always go to, the one with the fucking bacon on the menu cover. Yeah. And Miranda was talking about how her fat ass fucking guy overate her, and and Miranda asked Samantha, "Do you ever?" Because she's disgusted by the fact that he kissed her. "Do you ever kiss a guy after blowing him?" And Carrie answers. Carrie says, like, "Oh no, she just signs the delivery receipt." Samantha's just like, like, how dare you? I don't get it, honestly. Samantha, all Samantha talks about is fucking. How many guys she's fucked and what she's done. And Carrie is just affirming that. And Samantha gets pissed off. I guess it's bad when Carrie says it, not when Samantha says it. Okay. So Samantha's pissed, So anyway, later on, Samantha and Carrie, they go to some place where they have female clothes. I don't know, a dressing room or some shit. Anyway, to try on some outfits, okay? To decide on an outfit to wear for her book cover, okay? And Carrie's not happy. She does not like it, She's like, I wanted sexy chic. Okay, this is fucking Fredericks of Hollywood. Hey, I don't fucking know about these stores, okay? I've never been to a Fredericks. If I've been to a Fredericks of Hollywood, I did not know I was in a Fredericks of Hollywood. You know why I didn't know that? Because I'm fucking straight. That's why. Anyway, she's like, I look like Moulin Rouge. So she's wearing this fucking pink nightie with like fluffy ruffles. Like, I can't really describe it in words. It's just a see-through nightie with a lot of pink ruffles on it. It looks stupid as fuck, but it's no different than the other stupid as fuck shit that Carrie wears every episode. So I don't see why she would single this out as being a piece of shit. When she fucking, if you look at the shit she's worn in other episodes, like she dresses like fucking Bozo the Clown. I mean, literally, she looks like fucking Pennywise the Clown from It. That's how Carrie dresses. They go to the same store. And yet she's criticizing this fucking pink nightie. It's just, I don't get it. Anyway, but what do I know, right? Okay, so Stanford arrives. Well, Samantha says, like, this is what you need to wear. And Carrie's like, I look fucking stupid. Anyway, Stanford arrives with his new boyfriend, some fucking dancer. Of course, he's some good-looking guy. Like, he would ever fucking pull a good-looking guy in real life. But he shows up, and hey, none of these women would ever pull a good-looking guy. Not at their age. Maybe they would. I don't know. Maybe they would, but anyway. What girls like in men is not the same as what men like in girls, all right? And that's true, okay? That's true. All right. So Stanford shows up with his boyfriend, and he's just there to please everybody, okay? So, it's like I said, the nightie that Carrie's wearing is horrible. It's pink nightie, And Carrie tells Samantha, this is horrible. Who would ever wear this? And Samantha's like, I have one in green. So, so now Samantha's offended. Well, she was already offended from that crack remark that Carrie made at lunch. But now she's even more offended. Carrie's basically telling Samantha, you have no fucking, your fashion sense sucks. And Stanford agrees, and Samantha's like, do you really think this nightie looks bad? He's like, yes. No, Stanford, honestly. This looks bad. This looks terrible. He's like, yes. Well, I think it looks great. Don't you think it looks great? Yes. So basically, he's just flipping back and forth. He's a wishy-washy guy. All right. So Carrie's like, I appreciate the help, okay, but we clearly have different views, different ideas on what we think is sexy. Okay? And Samantha's like, it's about the blowjob, isn't it? Carrie's like, it's about the book. It's time for ladies my age to cover it up. We can't get away with that stuff anymore. Okay, when the fuck has Carrie ever covered it up on this show? Okay, we're looking at it right now, okay? She wears see-through dresses all the fucking time. She wears fucking hot pants so you can see her fucking pussy hair sticking out. Okay? So, like, she has no one to talk. All right? But anyway, yeah. She's like, we're at that age, we have to cover it up. We can't get away with that stupid stuff we did anymore. And Samantha is like, well, I saw that judgmental look on your eyes when you walked in on me and the delivery guy when I was giving him a blowjob. What if I walked in on you giving the delivery guy a blowjob? And Carrie's like, well, that would never happen, Samantha, because I would never do that. And Samantha's like, exactly. You judge me. And after everything we've been through together, I will not be judged by you or society. Well, actually, you are, Samantha. You are judged by us, okay? You're a fucking whore. That's what you are, okay? And you're proud of it. So why the fuck are you upset now? Okay? I mean, you're a whore. You tell your friends you're a whore. You're proud of being a whore. You know, it's like, I'm a whore, I'm a whore, I'm a whore. And when your friend's like, yeah, you're a whore. He's like, and then you go, how dare you call me that? Who the fuck do you think you are? You know, see what I mean? It makes no fucking sense. It's stupid. But anyway, you know. She's like, I will not be judged by you or society. I will wear or blow whoever or whatever I want. That's fine. That's what Samantha. Hey, you know what? You gotta live your life the way you want to live it. This makes Samantha happy, or at least it should make her happy. It's what she likes, right? You know, people are gonna live their lives the way they want to. Okay, and they have every right to. I'm not saying don't do it. If you want to be a whore, be a fucking whore. That's what you like. Fucking do it, man. More power to you. That's nothing wrong with that. But you got to remember, for every action, there's a reaction, okay? It's just one of the laws of physics, okay? For everything you do, there's going to be consequences. For every decision you make, there's going to be consequences for it, okay? Good consequences and bad consequences, okay? And if you're the type of woman that wants to fucking sleep around and bone everybody, okay, all the fucking time, you're going to meet people that are against it, okay? And some of those people are going to tell you that, whether it's their business to or not. You know? And a lot of guys, you know, that would have considered you for a serious relationship are not going to consider you anymore because they know what type of woman you are. Okay? And that's the honest to God truth. That's the part they don't tell you on this show. Is guys don't take women like Samantha seriously. We will fuck these women. Yes, we will. I've said it before many times. I would fuck all, well, maybe not Miranda right now because she's a fat ass. But when Miranda was slimmer, yeah, I would have fucked all four of them. I would. Now, if you told me which one would I pick first, it would be Charlotte, yeah. But, yeah, I'd fuck all four of them, I would. But would I would I put a ring on it? Okay? Would I get on one knee and ask one of these women to fucking spend the rest of their life with me? Would I do that? Fuck no. And most guys, I'm sorry, ladies, most guys would agree with me. Most guys with any sort of fucking self-respect, because there are a lot of guys out there with no self-respect, okay? But most guys with self-respect will not do it. They won't do it. That's not the kind of woman they want. They'll fuck her, but they're not going to marry her. They're not going to get into a serious relationship with her. No. Why would they? That's not the kind of woman you want. That's not the kind of woman you want to grow old with. You know why? Because that's not the kind of woman that has your back. Okay? That's not the kind of woman that'll fucking do anything for you. No matter what. You see what I mean? And ultimately, that's what the guy wants. Okay? These women will do anything with anybody. No matter what, okay? Not with you. You see what I mean? That's that. Now, a lot of women, especially on the show, seem to think that, you know, they control, you know, the sex. And they do control the sex because they control the pussy. So they control the sex. Women do control the sex, okay? But men control the relationships, okay? We decide whether or not we're going to marry this one up. You see what I mean? We decide whether or not we're going to provide for this one. We decide whether or not we're going to take care of this one. You see what I mean? Now, women can talk all they fucking want. I can take care of myself. I don't need anybody, okay? Yeah, but the bottom line is you want someone to take care of you too. You don't want to be that way all the time. Nobody does. Even guys don't want to be that way all the time, Okay, and society tells us we're supposed to be that way all the time. Okay, but even we don't want to be that way all the time. Okay, so no. That's Samantha's not the kind of woman. None of these women are really the kind of woman that you want to marry up. Not at all. Not at all. All of them have way too many fucking issues. There's way too much selfishness, way too much fucking egomania, you know. And the show is written so that they don't really have to deal with the consequences that a normal woman would have to deal with if she chose to live this lifestyle. You see what I mean? And that's why I call bullshit flag right now on the show. But I do enjoy the show. I think it's funny. I mean, there's some really good dialogue here, and I love the characters, you know. But yeah, this is not realistic, though. It's not realistic. Yes, Samantha's shocked that people would judge her. Of course, everyone gets judged. I get judged. Okay, look at some of my comments. Shit. You get judged. Everybody gets judged, okay? You know, everybody does that, you know? So, yeah, of course, there's going to be guys that fucking girls that don't like you, Samantha, because of what you are. You know, there's going to be guys that don't like you because of what you are, you know? And from my point of view, is basically most guys will not, get serious with you. The only guys that would get serious with you are those guys that are below you in sexual market value. And those are the guys that you don't want. Because women are attracted to someone higher than them, not someone lower than them. You know? Most of the time, anyway. Most of the time, you know? So anyway, so that's going on here. Okay, so like I said, Samantha just berated Carrie over what she'll do. I will not be judged by you or anybody over what I do and what I wear. Okay. So anyway, so Samantha leaves Carrie there in that pink fucking nightie. And she goes, and she storms out the door, and she goes straight to the bathroom. And she opens the bathroom, there's Stanford getting a blowjob. Yeah. Stanford's getting a blowjob. Yeah. And Stanford's just so Samantha fucking has to close the door on that. And thank God, I don't want to see that either. Honestly, I didn't want to see that either. That was just... Gay guy wrote this episode. All right. So meanwhile, Miranda is getting eaten out again by that fat ass guy, Mr. Big Boned, that she met at Weight Watchers. You know, the guy that fucking he overeats because he gets his ex criticized him all the time, so that made him want to eat more. Okay, and earlier in this episode, they shared a glazed donut. Yeah, glazed donut, get it? Okay, and so he's eating her out again, going to town, you know, doing the buffet or the alphabet. Wait. No! If you want to see that, that's behind a paywall. Okay, anyway. Saying about me, though. Anyway, the point is, let's get off of the cunnilingus here. Okay, so anyway, yeah, he's going to town. And now he's got her all over his fucking mouth, you know. And, he tries to kiss her, and she will not. This time, she ain't going to kiss him. She's like, I'm all over your face. And besides, it's Weight Watchers. There might be too many food points. So, of course, he takes offense to it. Mr. Fat Ass Big Bone takes offense to it, you know, and he feels like it, like she's acting like his ex that criticized him all the time. He's upset at being criticized. Okay, so now he doesn't want to fuck her anymore. He's like, you know, never mind. And he gets up and puts his clothes on. Okay, and so he starts leaving because Miranda rejected him. So, of course, what's he going to do once he leaves the apartment? He's going to go fucking stuff his fat ass with some fucking glazed donuts. That's what he's going to fucking do. And Miranda's actually trying to get him to not to leave. Like, oh, no. I just can't kiss you like that. That's why. Brush your teeth first. You know, mouthwash. You know, wash your mouth. And then I'll kiss you. No, don't leave. You're good at what you're good at eating me out. No, go on. But he's gone. He's gone. Now, that's bullshit right there. Okay? First of all, I'm already in bed with her. Okay? And she tells me some shit like that. I'd be like, okay, fine. I'll go in the bathroom and I'll fucking wash my mouth out with mouthwash, whatever I got to do. And then I'll get back in bed. No big deal. I'm not going to take offense to it. I'm not going to fucking storm out of there, put my clothes on and go, we shouldn't see each other anymore. You know, I'm not going to do any of that shit. It's a no. Now, if it was Miranda, first of all, if it was Miranda, I wouldn't even fucking be in that bed with her. Okay? I wouldn't even fucking be there. Okay? But if it was let's say it's a pretty girl. Okay? Then yeah. Then I would fucking like, okay, fine. Whatever. I won't kiss you after I eat you out again. No big deal. Oh, let's fuck. That's what a normal guy would do. Okay, but, this ain't normal, right? But one of the good news is that from now on, Miranda will never, ever eat glazed donuts again because of this. Yeah. So something good came out of it, right? She'll just eat the fucking chocolate donuts, right? Yeah. Or the powdered ones. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, meanwhile, Carrie goes to visit Samantha at work, at her job. And Samantha wants to pretend that the whole argument never happened. That everything will just blow over. Get it? Blow over. Samantha doesn't want to do the apology thing. That's so yesterday. Oh my God. Who apologizes anymore? I swear. That is like so last year. Yes, that's the way these women talk on the show, man. Fucking rich, white, pretentious fucking bitches. Yeah. So Samantha does not want the apology. And she tells Carrie, we're perfect the way we are. You and I, because we're women. That makes us perfect. No, it don't. Okay? And no, you're not. You're not, Samantha. You're not perfect, okay? You're pleasantly flawed. Just like everybody else, all right? So Carrie's like, even though it's not my style, I admire your ability to put your sex life out there. I did judge you. And I feel bad, especially since you were so good to me during the whole breakup with Big when he was married, the old big married affair. And I judged you. And Samantha's like, it's like, Carrie, I judge me. Carrie, ever since Richard, I don't know who I am anymore. Oh, so now we're getting to it. So now Carrie silently thinks that, Carrie understands what is underneath Samantha's cover. So now we're getting some in-depth on Samantha here, okay? Samantha's really upset because now that she has felt what it's like to want to be in a monogamous relationship, she tried it and she got scared and she left. She fucked it up and she left. So now she's conflicted. Does she still want to feel that way? Because when it felt good, it really felt good. Or does she want to go back to just riding the cock carousel like she has been? So she's conflicted between these two things. Me personally, Samantha, ride the cock carousel. If you want to settle down with somebody, you're going to have to settle down with someone below you. I mean, that's the only kind of guy that would ever look up to you. A guy like Richard is going to look down on you, not up to you. Okay. I mean, he has a high body count. You have a high body count. Okay. But he's super rich and he's super successful, and women are always throwing themselves at him. Okay. Hot young women are always throwing themselves at him. And what kind of guy is going to reject that lifestyle to be with you, in a monogamous relationship? What do you offer? Nothing but your pussy. But he can get better pussy than you, Samantha, with a lot less mileage on it. So my best advice for someone like Samantha would be to get with a guy that's maybe younger than her, but definitely doesn't have as much money as her, and doesn't have enough self-confidence as her. She's gonna have to lead that relationship. But the problem is she doesn't want to lead the relationship. She wants a guy to lead her. She wants a strong man to lead her. But no strong man with any sort of self-respect is gonna want to be with her in that way, in a monogamous relationship way. It's just not. There's just not gonna happen. Because guys don't think that way. Most guys don't think that way. I'm not speaking for all guys. I'm speaking for most guys. Most straight guys don't think that way. They don't want to marry a girl like that. A woman like that. That's why I say to women all the time, if you spend your time, your youth, living off of your looks, which a lot of beautiful women do when they're young, you got to have a backup plan after when that goes away, because it's going to go away. You had your time there, and then you got to move on and let someone else take your spot. That's how life works, okay? Um, so, what did you do when you were super hot? What did you do? What did you do with that? Did you get an education? Did you do anything other than just, have rich guys, buy things for you the whole time? What's going to happen when they're not around anymore? What do you got left? Exactly, And I don't think Samantha thought that through. I think she probably focused on her career and on getting laid, not on getting serious with the guy, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But like I said, every action has consequences, and one of the consequences of that is she's 45 years old and she's alone. And when she tries to have a monogamous relationship with Prince Charming, which right there belongs on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel, she can't handle it. She gets scared and she runs away. She gets all basket case first. That's her way of fucking running away. She goes all fucking psycho like most women do. Sorry, ladies, you do. Okay? And I talk from experience. And she runs away from it. And she just blames him. It's not much of a life. And all these women are like that. They're all like that. They all, I think when the first episode of the show came out in 1998, I think that was the reason it came out. The reason what the show is about them in their 30s instead of them in their 20s is because I think we already know what type of women these were in their 20s. Okay, they were not about getting in a serious relationship. They're all about their job and all about getting laid. Okay, now we all know women like this in real life, but do you want to see a show like that? No, you want to see a show that offers women in their 30s hope that they'll find Prince Charming. Okay, so that's what the show is. Okay, they never mentioned what they were like in their 20s, not really too much, but you have a pretty good idea what they were like in their 20s. Okay, I've been to a lot of nightclubs, I've been to a lot of bars. Okay, I know exactly who these women were in their 20s. Okay, we all do. Okay, but they're not gonna make a show about that. They're gonna make a show about women that are middle-aged trying to find love, no matter how many guys they have to fuck to get it. Okay, which is more of a positive note, you could say, than just getting laid to get laid. Okay, but yeah, these are the consequences when you're like that. You're gonna have a hard time finding a serious guy to take you seriously. It's gonna be more difficult. Now the show's not gonna make it that difficult. No, the show's they're gonna get the top of the litter. No, the only guys that hit on these girls are like multimillionaires, supermodel men, professionals, Ivy League graduates. These are the men that always hit on the girls on the show. Okay, but realistically in real life, nah. More likely Samantha would get hit on by a guy that works at fucking Chipotle. Okay, that's what would happen in real life. Okay, it wouldn't be some fucking CEO of some fucking Fortune 500 company. Okay, it's gonna hit on Samantha like they do every episode on this show. Okay, no, it's gonna be the fucking guy that works at fucking Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Sorry, but it's true. Okay. Anyway, so that's the end of this episode of Sex and the City. Thank you for watching my review this long, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.